Good morning students. In this lecture 32, as we were already discussing rectangular potential well, and in the previous video we have derived this equation by supposing various quantities. So now suppose this left hand side it is equal to y1 and this right hand side we have supposed it as equal to y2. So this y1 is equal to gamma alpha. It is representing the equation of straight line. Y is equal to mx, where gamma will give the slope, alpha will be along x-axis and y1 will be along y-axis. So we will plot y1 versus alpha graph for various values of gamma. And similarly for this equation we will plot y2 along y-axis, alpha along x-axis. So y2 versus alpha graph for various values of n, and here we will plot y1 versus alpha graph for various values of gamma, and we will plot both of these graphs and plots on the same graph. And we have this graph. Here we have plotted y1 versus alpha and y2 versus alpha. So here y1 is equal to gamma alpha. It represents the equation of straight line. So corresponding to different values of gamma, we have these straight lines. So these straight lines, this one is corresponding to gamma 1, this one is corresponding to gamma 4, gamma 12, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Corresponding to these gammas, the equation of this line is y1 is equal to gamma alpha. So these three curves, they are representing y1 versus alpha variation. So second one is y2 is equal to n pi plus 2 cos inverse alpha. So these curves in black pen, they are representing y2 versus alpha variation. And as you can see, these two curves, y2 versus alpha and y1 versus alpha, they are intersecting at various points, and these points are fixed. It means the value of alpha is quantized. If alpha is quantized, then energy, which depends upon alpha, it will also be quantized. So from this graph we have, before studying the conclusions from the graph, for n is equal to 0, put n is equal to 0 in the expression, you will get value of y2 is equal to 2 cos inverse alpha. So corresponding to this, alpha is equal to 1 here, alpha is equal to 1 here. Corresponding to alpha 1, we know that cos is 1 at 0 degree. So here the value of cos inverse 1 will be 0 and the value of y2 will be 0 plus 0 means 0. So at alpha is equal to 1, value of y2 is 0. Similarly, for n is equal to 1 means corresponding to this curve. What is the value of y2? y2 is equal to n pi, n is 1, so pi plus 2 cos inverse alpha. So this equation, here y is 2, it is equal to pi plus 2 cos inverse alpha. So you can see its value is greater than pi. Similarly, for this n is equal to 2 curve, y2 will be 2 pi plus 2 cos inverse alpha. So it is 2 pi plus 2 cos inverse alpha and so on. For n is equal to 3, 4 and so on. So now from this graph, following conclusions or following results have been obtained from the intersection of two curves. First one is, for a given value of potential energy, that is V0, and for a given value of n, we have fixed values of alpha. How? As you can see, there are fixed number of intersection points of the two curves. So corresponding to fixed V0 and fixed n, there will be fixed values of alpha. So what is the expression of energy? We have supposed that E by V0 it is equal to 1 minus alpha square. So E will depend upon V0 and alpha. So alpha is fixed, V naught is fixed, it means energy will also be fixed, means energy, the behavior of energy will be quantized. Why? Because the nature of alpha is quantized. So energy is also quantized, it is not continuous. Then second conclusion is the number of eigenstates psi n having energy eigenvalues En, it will depend upon the number of intersection points of the two curves. Like for this first intersection point, we have gamma is equal to 1 and n is equal to 0. Here we have gamma is equal to 1 and n is equal to 0. This is having only one intersection point. So, only one value of alpha. Then for next, gamma is equal to 4 and n is equal to 2. They have two values of alpha, these two. Now see, corresponding to this n is equal to 1 and gamma is equal to 1. There is only one point. So as you can see, for gamma is equal to 1 and for this n is equal to 0. Gamma is equal to 1, n is equal to 0. There is only one intersection point, which is denoted by n dash. So n dash is 1. So corresponding to gamma is equal to 1, there is only one intersection point of the two curves, y1 versus alpha and y2 versus alpha. So that is n dash is 1, that is only one value of alpha. Then corresponding to second curve, that is for gamma is equal to 4. This curve, for gamma is equal to 4, there are two intersection points of the curves for different values of n. One intersection curve is corresponding to n is equal to 0 and the second intersection point is corresponding to n is equal to 1. So there are two intersection points. So for gamma is equal to 4, the number of intersection points is equal to 2, means there are two values of alpha. Similarly, for gamma is equal to 12 and for different values of n, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, there are four intersection points of y1 versus alpha and y2 versus alpha curve. So we have four values of alpha corresponding to these intersection points. So this is the second conclusion. And third one is, as we know that the value of gamma, it depends upon V naught. So as V naught will increase, it will also increase gamma. And as this gamma will increase, alpha will decrease. How? See, as V naught will increase, with increase in V naught, gamma will increase. Why? Because the expression of gamma, it is equal to this. As V naught will increase, gamma will increase. Now when gamma will increase, what is gamma? Gamma is the slope of y1 versus alpha plot. So when slope of y1 versus alpha plot will increase, it means these lines, they will move to this side. And when they will move to this side, the value of alpha will decrease. Why? Because they are moving from high value of alpha to the low value of alpha. So for the same n, suppose for this n, when you will increase this gamma is equal to 4, from gamma is equal to 4, you increase to gamma is equal to 5, then to 6, then to 7, then it will move this y1 versus alpha plot to this side. It means this value of alpha, it will decrease, means point of intersection, it will move to this side, and corresponding to which value of alpha will decrease. So when we will increase V naught, it will increase gamma, and with increase in gamma, the slope of y1 versus alpha plot will increase, which will move this intersection points to the left side, and the intersection point, it gives us the value of alpha, so value of alpha will decrease for the same value of n. Then the last conclusion is, if the depth of the potential is very high, suppose it approaches to infinity, then what will happen? When V0 approaches to infinity, it means at that time slope gamma will approach to infinity. And when slope gamma will approach to infinity, how the y1 versus alpha plot will be? It will be a line which is parallel to y-axis. Because a line which is parallel to y-axis, its x coordinate will be 0 and its slope will be infinity. So when V0 becomes infinity, put V0 is equal to infinity in this expression, you will get gamma is equal to infinity, and gamma is the slope, and slope of any line is infinity. It means it will be parallel to y-axis. So this line, it will be parallel to y-axis. So the point of intersection will be pi, 2 pi. So this line, it will match this y-axis and it will cut this y2 versus alpha plot at these points, at pi, 2 pi, 3 pi and 4 pi and so on, 5 pi, 6 pi. So it means the value of gamma alpha will be, gamma alpha is y1. So value of y1 will be pi, 2 pi, 3 pi and so on. And gamma alpha is also equal to K2A. We have already supposed and solved this. It means if gamma alpha is equal to n pi, then K2A is also equal to n pi. And what is the energy of the particle? As particle, it stays inside the well. So what will be the energy of the particle inside the well? Momentum inside the well is P2. So energy will be P2 square by 2m, and P2 is equal to h cut K2, where K2 is the wave vector inside the potential well. So it will be h cut square K2 square by 2m, and what is K2? It is n pi by a. So put the value of K2 is equal to n pi by a, and you will get energy is equal to n square h square by 8 ma square, or n square pi square h cut square by 2 ma square, which is same as that of energy of a particle inside a box of width a. And we know that when we have studied the particle inside the box, at that time, particle inside one-dimensional box, at that time potential was infinite at the walls. So this is the same condition. When potential well is very deep, then its potential at the walls, it becomes infinity. So at that time, it will behave similarly as the problem of particle inside the box.